YouTube people watching afterwards. I'm Queen of Degens, aka Jess, Jessie, Queenie, bitch bag, cow bag, moo bag, anything you like, just not bro or sir, because I hate that. I really like, unless you like getting insta banned. I'm just saying, all right? So before we start properly, as is traditional here in Jessie Degens, because we like to do something that's a bit different, hopefully a bit entertaining, a little bit funny and engaging. So we start with an icebreaker, and we ask our guest to tell us something funny, a joke, a dad joke, something stupid, whatever. So, Josh, I'm going to hand over to you. I did pre-warn you, didn't I? So hopefully you've come prepared. So make us laugh.
Oh, man, I am definitely not prepared. Wow. A funny dad joke. I don't know.
Well, you're a dad. You must have some dad jokes. You must have one.
Oh, man. Let's see. Here, let me see if I can give you one off the top of my head. You know, yeah, this is going to be pretty terrible, but I think that's the point of dad jokes.
Yeah,
but
it is. That's why we love dad jokes.
You know, for years, since I'm continuing the age, I'm 33 now, and for years I kept replacing my dryer once every couple of months. I just thought it was getting too hot, and I thought the dryer along this time was continuing the shrinking my clothes, but it just turns out it was a refrigerator all along.
Yeah, that's a dad joke. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for being a good sport. You made me laugh.
I made you laugh, and then I made me get embarrassed, so it's all good.
You got me. Thank you. All right. Now, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us a bit about you, about your history, where you come from, your experience in crypto, all that good stuff, and then just go into your pitch. What I'll do, we don't. You might notice we don't have a formal structure here because each project is unique. So I give you your space, your platform to tell us, and I will annoyingly interrupt you at various points and probably ask you stupid questions. So, over to you. Introduce yourself and start telling us about your project.
No, I hope you guys really do interrupt and ask questions, because that's really what I'm looking for. We'll get into it, but it's a really outside of the box idea for a project that a lot of people are kind of looking at, and they have to absorb it a little bit and go, huh? But, as I'm delivering, that pitch, please feel free to interrupt, because that's what I'm looking for. And that's what the team's looking for. Is just feedback.
Don't worry. Well, no problem. I have a few questions as well that I ask most of our guests if they don't get to them. So don't worry, I'll nudge you and I'll prompt you. But introduce yourself first, Josh, and tell us a little bit about your background and what you're about.
Sure. So as you guys see, my name is Josh. For a long time, I just had my Telegram name on here as KY Hodel. That's why I continue to include that on here as well. First got into crypto early 2018 because we saw Bitcoin explode there at the end of 2017. So of course, someone new getting into crypto gets on to the back end of or the beginning of the bear market because you see the news of the charts spiking. So that's when you hop in, and then of course what the charts do from there.
So got my classic degen FOMO'd in at the top, right?
Yeah, that's what I had to do. That's the way to be introduced to crypto is you FOMO in at the top, and now you're sucked in.
Yeah. Actually, I did it the other way around, but just as degen, I was just really lucky. I fluked in just after the COVID dump, just before the halvening, and I made a lot of money. And then I lost a lot of money, and now I'm back here building back up again, looking forward to the next bull run. It's kind of the cycle of things. I mean, new people, I was told when Ivan on Tech was still is actually still watching to this day. Love him. And I remember him saying really clearly, if you're new in this space, you'll make a lot of money and you'll get wrecked. But if you stay, then you've got a chance for making life-changing wealth and attaining financial freedom. And I believe that to be absolutely true. But anyway, that's about me. I want to hear about you and your experiences.
Yeah, the longer you stay, the more you learn. So it's definitely not something you have to continuously, just when you're working with a team or you're working with a community, continue to tell people to stay motivated and try to, give that word out. But yeah, 2018 or so, I was in early on, I was in like Phantom, um, some names of the past, like Telcoin, Digibyte, some of those I was kind of buying
I
around and
love
trading.
Liquidity. That's one of my first little
Yeah. So, of
private.
course,
Yeah.
made a little bit of money on Telcoin actually, and then of course I made a little bit of money on Phantom, but of course I sold it before the 2020 21 bull run. That I did look at the amount that I had, and it would have been a 300-400K USD or so. So that's how it goes. But hung around for a little while. 2020 or so, right as the bull run was picking up there, I bought, I was continuing the trade a little bit, just in and out of some things. And then 21, I got into a token, and that's when I started getting into Telegram as well. I was in the Telcoin Telegram, and I just kind of spread from there. But then I bought into Hoge Finance. I don't know if I'm sure some of you guys know about Hoge.
Yeah.
I got into Hoge. It dipped, and I got in really early on that because it reminded you of Doge, and the price is so low. I was like, well, I'm gonna pick up a $500 million of these, and then here 3 weeks later, that was worth 500K. So, but being, you see that little diamond symbol in my name, being the diamond holder that I am, I kind of watched that 500K disappear relatively quick. But
I still find it so funny to this day when people start going on about, oh no, diamond hands. It's like, yeah, but wait a minute, paper hands actually take profits. Diamond hands tend to diamond hand to death, unless you're holding one of the big top 10 blue chips. But I mean, that's a different story, isn't it? That's not what we're talking about this deep down in the DeFi jungle.
yeah, it's like word number 2. Word number 1 was, what's sleep, and now word number 2 is what's profit. So sleep, profits, we'll add that to the list. But yeah, and then after my Hoge, met people, and we're now mid 21 or so. Just continuing the network and meeting people within Telegram, continuing to get into random Telegrams. You guys kind of know how that is. We feel like I continue to get into a new one every day. But eventually got to the point to where we got scammed a few times, and I met some people, and this is now early 2022. Kind of got into a group with about 8-9 people. All of us were tired of being scammed, so we wanted to launch our own project. So there was a lot of growing pains there, getting a contract, getting it deployed, and learning what comes with that. Developing, building a community, branding, etc. So our first project that we created was Varigate, which it did pretty well, and it really drove a lot of engagement. We were hosting AMAs weekly, and what that project did, it actually the rewards changed every day. So it was based upon engagement, and the contract was set up to where the reward would swap out every day of the week. So it was about diversifying your portfolio during the bear market. We actually ended up merging that project with RocketFi. So we let RocketFi have that idea and take that on, and they're going to put that into some of the things that they're doing. And then we sit stagnant for a little bit, and we're now at the end of 2022. And what we were doing is we were doing some degenning just as a team, after we gave our first project up that we launched. And then we, believe it or not, I'm sure you're going to be surprised, but we got scammed a little bit more. So, but what we did find was that we really did enjoy degenning. So, how can we create a safe space for that? We launched a few projects here or there. It was more so for fun. You guys know what we do on the BSC, but we launched a not safe for work token from the ground. And I believe that got up to around 250K market cap or so.
Really? No, I don't know anything about this token. Tell us more.
Well, it was called Jizz XRP, and yeah, it was pretty funny. The name and Telegram ended up pretty much shutting us down, but Some of those adult theme tokens really do well. And then we just went in there and just were ourselves and had fun with it, but it rewarded an XRP, as I'm sure you could guess. So Jizz XRP. And then from there, we wanted to play on the Pepe, going crazy. So we launched Floki Pepe. The problem with that is there was 20 other Floki Pepes as well. But ours ended up doing pretty well. We did a lot of networking with that token. Again, we launched from pretty much the floor. And I think that ended up doing a 200x or so. And then we had somebody that literally stole everything that we produced, our white paper, our logo, pretty much our branding, everything from that project. And they took it as their own and then applied to CMC, and they got it before we did. And so they pretty much stole that project from us, and then it bled out. So it is what it is. So we kind of huddled up, and that's pretty much it got us to up until this point within the last month or so. And that kind of brings us to where we are currently with Rug of War. So yeah, in crypto now, going, I guess, 5 years or so. Learned a lot within 5 years. We do have a great team, which I'll get into that when I pitch the project. But again, happy to be here, enjoying the space. Obviously, as you guys know, you have your ups and downs. It's very, very, bipolar. One day you're feeling great, the next day you're not, and it goes back and forth. I'm not sure how healthy it is, but it's
not for the
if you're not here, you feel like you're missing out on something. So I keep coming back every day.
Well, I've actually just come back. Well, I came back a couple of months ago after about best part of about 10, 12 months out, because it gets to be a point when things it can get too tough. And I've said many times, when it stops being fun, it's time to stop. I honestly believe that, because otherwise, what's the point in continuing this thing if it's destroying you inside and destroying your life, But it's very nice to have you here, and I can tell you're battle hardened, and you have some really good experience by the sounds of it, which is nice. And also, when I first, I think somebody, I think it's Wombat actually, shield your project here when you literally a couple of hours after you deployed, and I think I was one of the first people in your group, and I saw it and Rug of War, what? And it got me, because I'm because that's what we're dealing with here in degen DeFi on a daily basis, isn't it? Constant rugs, honeypots, and scams and exploits, and it, so. And then I saw what you got. I saw the little bit of community and what you've got going on there, and I was like, no, actually, this looks like it might be doing something. Looks like it might be doing something interesting. So that's a great segue into tell us what's going on with Rug of War, because I've been in and I've seen fights going. You're having other Telegram groups, and then fights going on between different projects doing buy competitions, and and I've been too busy to really understand it all. So tell us.
Sure. And again, please feel free to ask questions or offer feedback as we go along. And Jesse, you put it, you hit the nail right on the head, right? If it's not fun, if being in this space isn't fun, then you really just need to hit the pause button and just evaluate, what you're doing. And it's like I tell my team, I tell, community members, look, you can't let this, if this is something that's bringing you down, it's boggling your day, again, you're not having fun with it, then we're doing something wrong. So, and we put that, thought into play when we were creating the idea for this token. It's like, I laid that out there on the table to the team and said, look, guys, if you don't think this is going to be something that's going to be fun to do every day, or it's going to be fun to continue to develop, for the long term, which is what we want to do, which that enough is, in this space is, worth someone trying to buy. Well, there's an actual team that's trying to take a token long term on the Binance Smart Chain. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It has to be fun, and I think this is going to be a pretty fun project. So let's get into it. First off, again, thanks Jesse for having me on. Having us here this morning is not something that you had to do. So definitely we appreciate it. The entire team appreciates it. I believe it'll just be myself on today, but as we have future AMAs, we do have some very cool team members, and the network grade, and I think that some of these other folks are they're team members that a lot of people know. And I'm just bullish in general. I'm bullish on Rug of War. I'm bullish on crypto. Just like Jesse said, I'm pretty battle tested, over these last 5 years or so. I've seen it all, been through it all, been through the ups, been through the downs, and really understand how the space operates and how crypto operates in general, just with you looking at the charts and people's mindsets and what their game plans are, et cetera. But yeah, Bitcoin hitting 31K, not financial advice, anything within this call, but bullish on Bitcoin hitting 31K. So yeah, I'm just feeling good about where we are. And again, appreciate for having me on. All right. So Rug of War, we did launch on June 11th. So I believe this is our 2-week birthday, actually. So we'll be celebrating our 2-week birthday tonight. Our socials for you guys to check out is at Rug of War Token. That is both Telegram and Twitter. So please make sure you guys join that. And I've seen a lot of people join the Telegram already, so appreciate that. So you've done one aspect. If you want some free BNB as well, on our Twitter, there's a post to retweet. And since you have already joined the Telegram, then you'll be eligible to win. We're doing that up until the 4th of July. So again, appreciate you guys hopping in over there.
Guys,
2-week-old birthday.
You had that. I know there's people in here that perhaps come from countries that aren't as affluent as us in the West, and like a little means a lot to you. I know, because you come and you beg me for jobs and this and that, and I wish I could help all of it, but we can't do that. But I'm a true believer that blockchain technology, decentralization, will be a redistribution of wealth like we've never ever seen. And that means that people in countries that aren't so affluent have a chance. And you've just given them one right there. So guys, I hope you're listening, and go and join their Twitter. You're already in their TG. Go and join their Twitter, giving away beans. Sounds good to me.
And we don't have a BNB tree created yet that we can plant and grow. So you try to get that BNB, get that bean any way you can.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So Rug of War, if I were to sum up the project in one sentence, it would be the ultimate degen leveraging lottery and rewards token. So, that's a lot in just a few words. So let's go back and redo that. The ultimate degen leveraging. So we're leveraging degens, which Jesse degens, sounds like you are the queen of degens, right? So we're leveraging degens, and then there is a lottery aspect to the token, and then the token itself is a rewards token. We did launch at around an $800 market cap, so we'll just discuss the chart real quick before we get into details, just what we've done, what we've accomplished in a 2-week time frame. And keep this in mind, we haven't done any real serious marketing. We had our first AMA with the Last Man Group on Friday night, and then this is our second AMA this morning that we've done. So no real marketing. Really, everything's been organic. I know that at the one point the chart didn't look organic, and we had to explain that to some people, but it was what it was. But we did launch an $800 market cap 2 weeks ago. Within 10 days, we did 137x. So our all-time high right now is 110K market cap. And, Jesse, just like that's you get to a certain point where that's just simply not a healthy chart. So we did have a little bit of retracement. We had a few people that got in early who decided that they want to go ahead and get out, which is fine. But I think we're still sitting at 51K market cap or so. So overall,
Yeah. Well, according to my own CoinBrain, you're sitting just under 50 right now. But I mean, that chart doesn't look bad at all to me for a 2-week-old project, because we know the score with BSC projects, and that was one of the things that really got me when I first looked. I saw your chart just going up nicely, and at first, like, you're right, I looked at it and I'm like, there doesn't seem to be any cells. It's a honeypot.
Yeah.
I delved a bit deeper and I'm like, no, it's legit. I mean, that's a nice looking chart. and you're only 2 weeks old. So yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
So I mean, if that was like the 5-minute chart, that would. But people need to realize, that's the. I think you guys have pulled up what there maybe the 12-hour.
that's a 12-hour chart there. Let me
Yeah,
put it
that's
back up.
that's the 12-hour chart. So I mean, if
Hold
you look
on.
at you look at the 1-day chart. I mean, that's pretty solid for 2 weeks. But yeah, I mean, right now we're, I guess, pretty much from launch. We've done a little bit over a 50x, and you have to realize where we're at. That chart would scare a lot of people. That's just the space that we're in. Yeah, you don't know how many times we had people join into the Telegram, pull up the chart, and then say, "Oop, I'm getting out. I'm not buying the top of that." And then it was at like a 40K at one point, so they would have gotten like a 3x. But you got to look at where we are. I think we only have 130 holders. Our Telegram, which we have more today thanks to you in this AMA, Jesse, but we only had 130 or so Telegram members, excluding the bots. So what that tells me is we have a lot of room for growth, and what that also tells me is we have a lot of diamond-handed holders. We have a lot of good community members, and we got people that really understand the long-term vision of how this token could really work and be sustained and get growth over time. And we'll get into obviously how we think that may be able to work. But yeah, don't let that chart scare you. I know we had a couple people get out, which look good for them. I'm looking at those transactions, and they got a good profit. So good for them,
Yeah, I mean, we want people to make money, and like we were talking about at the beginning, the whole point is that we're going to make some money. So it's perfectly understandable. If people got in down here, let me pull up the chart, so we can see it on the big screen. And guys, if any of you sat there not familiar with Telegram, if you just either click or touch the screen with the chart on, there'll be a little pin symbol in the top right hand corner, and you can just tap that, and that'll keep the screen up that you want to look at rather than looking at me chatting shit. But I mean, look here. I think this wait, what are we on? 4-hour chart here. So somewhere down here when I first got wind of your project, when it was first shielded in Jesse Degens actually, and that is that's a healthy pump right the way up to here. So to be back to here now, I mean, look, and everybody knows Queen of Degen's technical analysis is degen at best. Green number goes up good, red number goes down bad. But having said that, look, if we trace this line along here, so I mean that you're still a long way up from launch. So if anything, for what you're talking about, long-term projects actually doing stuff, which I know you're going to get into in a minute. Looks like a nice place to get in.
Yeah, we feel like there's an extremely solid floor there. I think the chart is showing that. You guys know the space. Yeah. I mean, after a pump like 137x, and then to still see just only be around 50% down or so. I mean, you guys know what direction that chart could go in a lot of these projects, but I feel like we really have a solid floor. We're not seeing a ton of sales come through. We had some overnight, it looks like, but we really feel like there's a really solid floor there.
I mean, there's one here, look, that came in at whatever time that's saying there. That's a few beans there. 2K. Yeah. Somebody's obviously feeling really bullish. There's some little bits and bobs, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think the people that understand the project, they're really they're bullish on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're holding the floor. We definitely are going to do this long term. We plan on taking this right into the, again, not financial advice, but I think we all think potentially the bull run's around the corner, and we're going to take it into the bull run. And we think with how the setup is going to be, that this main token rug of war can really be sustained. And again, please feel free to chime in if you think we're missing anything as we go through it. But I'm excited about the potential, I guess I should say. again, 130 holders and just over 100 Telegram members, and we're sitting at a 50K with a solid floor. I mean, that tells me we've got we're going to, our team's goal, we want to take this in the 7 digits plus. That's our goal.
Yeah. And with your liquidity, I can see you've got a few beans in there at the moment. Are you adding to that over time? Is your contract automatically adding to it, or are you adding to it manually?
Yeah, we do plan to do that over time, and then we'll get into the tokenomics a bit, but we have an LP injection as well. And, we want to do what's best for the project. So obviously continuing to build that LP, which it's actually gotten better, which, I mean, you would expect people buying and selling, et cetera, with that injection. So it's getting better. I know it's not the best. The team paid out of pocket to get that started, and we just put what we had, which is all we have, coming off the end of a bear run or bear market. But it's better, and it's not as bad as some of these others. I saw a project that pumped to like 2.5 million, and they had 16K in liquidity, and I'm just like, that this isn't going to end well.
No,
so,
no. So just on that, whilst you mentioned that, so I take it this was fair launched, was it, or did you have a private sale before to raise some capital for the liquidity?
No private sale. We just, the team, we gathered up, some bean that we could afford to do, and we paired it and we launched from the floor. It was about $800 market cap at launch. And
how did you stop the bots? Were they just not interested because the liquidity was so thin?
The bots, I would assume that it was because of, and people need to understand the bots, but the bots are only going to hit it if the tax or if the fee is extremely low. So if you do like a 1, 2, 3% fees, that's when your bots are going to start coming in. But if you have like an 8, if you have a 10, or whatever it may be for your project that you're launching, the bots aren't going to mess with it because of the fees. So no bots at launch. That's always good to see. Well, it goes both ways. You see a lot of these tokens that are launching now, they launch with a 0, and then they renounce, and then the bots just kills everyone's buys or sells. But the devs like it because they want to see that volume. And, at the end of the day, they are buys and sells. So say you got a burn, you wouldn't have a burn on a 0, but the devs, you could still, with like a 1 or a 2, those bots are still going to hit. But with the 0, it's still volume at the end of the day. It's kind of wrecking your community that want to buy or sell because the bots are just hitting on every single one. But on the dev side, it's like they want to see that volume there, and it helps kind of saturate the amount of volume that the project's getting. So it's not really true volume, but in a way, I guess it kind of is. Then it helps them with exchanges and CMC and all that. So it just depends on how you look at it. Some people like the bots hitting their charts because it drives volume. But some, obviously it's also hurting your holders though. They're buying and selling.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And those bots are able to gobble up quite some sizable chunks of the supply for very, very little, which is only going to end badly, isn't it, for genuine people that are buying in?
Yeah, and if you do launch a token with a 0 or a low fee, or there's some things that you can do to, just like everyone says, wreck the bots. Put some stuff in the contract, or you set up the fees a certain way, etc. But it's not something that we had to worry about. So overall, people just bought the floor, and I think we've created a really strong floor, and we've got a small community, but I think we've got a long ways to go. So you guys ready to hear about Rug of War?
Tell us, please.
All right, let's get into it. So again, appreciate everybody being on today. Let's get into Rug of War. So just like I mentioned, we did launch on the Binance Smart Chain. So we got the host today is the Queen of Degens. So I think the majority of us, we love our good degens here or there. I know it's not for everyone, so I don't want to speak for everyone, but I think the majority of us love our good degens here or there, or meme tokens that we like to buy into, try to flip, have fun with. I think it's fun. Well, usually
the
it's
honest
fun.
Ones, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, usually until you buy the top, but you wait for the next one. It's all good.
Yeah, and that's when you learn.
Yeah, you learn a little bit, but that's probably what people are looking at our chart. Nope, not buying the top of that. So I
No, it's
understand
not the
people's.
top now, there, is it? It's a
No,
good
it's not the
thing.
top now. But I understand people's mindsets. So it is what it is. The only thing you can do is keep grinding and working. But the team wanted to think outside the box. And I did mention we do have a 9-person team. We are located all around the world. We've got an individual in Canada. We've got an individual in the United Kingdom. We have an individual who's Polish. We have a few in the States, Arizona, etc. So we're all around the world. We handle everything within the team, all of our contracts, our logos, our branding. The website development is going to start soon, and I'll get into that. We had a team member on vacation who handles that. He also does stickers, etc. So that's going to be going soon. So you think, we're at a 50K market cap. We haven't even started development on our website. That's a good way to look at where the project is currently. We're still new and fresh as can be. We do have a placeholder logo in place. So we actually had some people reach out and say that they like the logo, but we do consider that just a placeholder until we get our graphics team member back from vacation, and we'll start to look at that in our long-term branding. But yeah, everyone loves their degens. The team want to think outside of the box to create a community where you could degen safely. You understand what you're getting into, and we wanted to tokenize that. So essentially, we are tokenizing degenning, if that makes sense. So we want to create that safe space. We don't want you buying something that's going to rug, and I say that unexpectedly. The tokens that we launch are going to rug, and we'll get more into that. But we want to set up the main token anyways to where there was no worries. It's not necessarily a token that's meant to be traded, if that makes sense. And we want people to understand that when you buy Rug of War, it is a token that's, and that's not very often in this space where it is really set up to be a long-term hold, and you get rewarded for holding it and participating in the community. So let's get it set up how it works. So again, we have a main token, that Rug of War token, and what we want to do is continuously feed that token and continuously sustain that token. So how do we do that? Well, each week we're launching degen battles, and we are brainstorming and thinking outside of the box because, again, we're 2 weeks old and we're just tinkering with some things to figure out what works the best. But our initial couple of matchups that we did, so we launch a degen battle weekly, and we do that twice a week. It starts off with 1 versus 1. So we launched the degens, 2 degens at the same time. And then we set up a timer, excuse me. And then when that timer runs out, the highest market cap for that degen wins. Okay, so the winning token, that market cap, or that LP, I should say, trading stops. We pull the LP from both degens. The highest market cap, the winning token's LP gets divided up amongst a few of the holders. So that's the lottery aspect of the project, and you couldn't have sell. So to be eligible for that lottery, you can't sell. So the biggest buy will get a portion of that LP. So that's guaranteed. And just stay with me as we go through this. So everything is going to have, a reason for why we do this.
Wait, can I just ask a question here? Because I did come in one night and I saw this battle going on. So these other tokens that people are having buying wars on, they're also your tokens that you've deployed, or are they other projects' tokens?
Yes, we deployed those, and we deploy them from and that's more of a safety feature as well. We will deploy those from the same deployer each time, the project's deployer. Yep.
Okay, so this is all coming from the deployer for Rug of War token?
Yes, ma'am. So
I'm sorry, I just wanted to get that straight in my mind, because I wasn't sure when I came in, and admittedly, I didn't spend too much time looking at it. I was just like, this is really cool. I think you had your main Telegram group set up, and then you had another Telegram group set up where all the buys were coming in for these 2 different tokens. And it was like, this is mad. What's going on here? You're kind of explaining it now. So the losing token, what happens to that? Is that the rug bit?
Yeah. So real quick on the winning one, on that lottery aspect. So there's a couple of things there. No, you're fine. The biggest buy is guaranteed to win. And then this is all going to be dependent on volume. So say we, in the future, we've got 1,000 people in the Telegram and the degen's got, like several $1,000s worth of volume. We're going to be able to give out more BNB to winners. So we take that winning tokens LP, the biggest buy, you're guaranteed to win as long as you didn't sell. So you got to keep that in mind. You didn't sell. And then we'll have random holders. So you could have just bought 50 cents worth and you could potentially be, the winner of the other portion of the LP. So for an example, we pulled one last week. We had a community member buy in for 0.01 and she ended up winning 0.15. So she essentially 15 extra buy just by holding the degen off of a $3 buy. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So cool. That's kind of the lottery aspect of it. And we're going to make it fun with how we determine who those winners are. Obviously the biggest buy is going to win, but then maybe we put it on a spin wheel. We're not going to do duck races, I promise. We'll figure out some way to make it fun, just like you guys do, and again reward some of those folks for BNB. Or you could just trade the degens. Hey, you were the first one to buy. It's already done a 10x, and you sell and get out. Well, you're not too worried about the lottery because you just 10x your buy. 10X. Yeah. And then that losing token. Well, you've got people that did get into that as well, and then maybe these sold and got a profit out, but there's still some LP left there. We take that losing tokens LP and we take it and we do a buy and burn on the main Rug of War token.
Oh.
So it's continuously feeding. And then while both of those degens are trading, those degens also reward in Rug of War. So as buys and sells are coming through on both degens, you're seeing small purchases on the Rug of War chart come through, which, believe it or not, you get 30 or 40, 50 cent, $1, $2, 50 cent buys. It really does help with the chart, especially if BNB is moving in the right direction. So several things going on there. Right now we've got that set up. The degen battles are going Monday through Wednesday and then Friday through Sunday. I did mention that we're kind of tinkering with it a bit. And we launched our first degen for this weekend's battle, but we haven't launched the second one yet. We're actually going to launch the second one this afternoon. So we'll see how that goes and see if the community likes this new setup to where we launch one by itself and then we launch the other maybe a day or two later and see how it goes from there. But we did test the timer and we kind of like that as well. But you just kind of have to think about the potential there. I think we only have like 50 people in our war room right now, and it's been pretty successful so far. Relative to how new we are and the amount of people that we do have in the Telegram. So we've already had a couple of battles. We've seen some great support from like the Grumpy Cat community. So we just want to say thank you to them. So we wanted to just do something funny. We did Astral Pant versus Alpha Queen. We found that, comical and fun. The community liked it. We also did Messi versus Raptor, which those were two tokens that were trending on ETH the day that we launched them. And then we have our current matchup. And that's the glory about, you understand what you're getting into, but we get to move on from these in just a couple of days time frame. So yeah, we can be goofy. We can be fun. They're not meant to be something that people are going to think or assume is long-term. So right now we're doing Indiana Trump, which is a play on Indiana Jones. So that's pretty funny. And then he's going up against Brokeback Biden. So we'll be launching that today. And you guys, you really need to see the logo. I think it's in the Rug of War Telegram right now, but the look on Biden's face in that logo is just hilarious. So we had one of our team members kind of create that. But yeah, Brokeback Biden will be launching today, and he's going up against Indiana Trump. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, you think about it. So you got a main token. It's being supported by 4 degens weekly. It's being supported by the LP of those losing tokens. For you guys, you get to trade the tokens, but if you don't sell, then you're qualified for the lottery. So just by buying in a little bit and not selling, you could win the lottery of that winning token. The degens are rewarding in Rug of War, so there's support there as well. And then tokens are being burnt. And then while you're holding Rug of War, it also rewards in BUSD. So that's another aspect of the token as well. So Rug of War also rewards in BUSD. So we think it's very self-sustaining. It's a fun concept. We get to continuously kind of keep up with what's trending and launch things that are relevant for that day. We set up skeleton bots for those degens. So you've got continuous chart support for the main token. You're getting rewards. It's fun degenning. You get to trade, or you get to just hold to potentially win the lottery. It does promote new holders, because say someone doesn't even want to hold Rug of War, they could just participate in the degens. But even though they didn't buy Rug of War, now they're going to be rewarded in Rug of War. So they're still, even though they're just participating in the degen battle, it's going to create a new Rug of War holder. So it does promote new holders. The skeleton bots being set up for the degens will promote bringing in new members to the telegrams, because when we set up the skeleton bot, it brings them into Rug of War, instead of having just a dedicated telegram for the degens. So they're going to see the degens launch, and they're going to come into Rug of War, and they're going to teach them what we're doing. So several things that are working and playing together there to continuously sustain the main token while we have fun. You have chances to trade and win BNB, and then it promotes new holders, and it promotes Telegram and community growth.
War room, Josh, and I'll share my screen actually. Hold on, let me change the screen. You're right, it's hilarious. Let me see, where are we? That screen, yes. Their screen. Yeah, that's some funny shit right there.
So that's Indiana Trump there. See if you can find the. Let me see if I can post. Let me open up my Telegram. We need to find Biden somewhere.
Indiana Trump is funny.
Yeah, Indiana Trump is live. And let me see if I can find his face.
Yeah, it's open.
All right, I just sent that in there. Let me see. Here we go. And I'll forward this into the main chat here.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Indiana Trump versus Breitbart. Some funny stuff.
Yeah, look at Biden's face there. Yeah, he's really feeling the Trump kind of leaning up on him a little bit, sensual. I like it.
I like it too. This is funny stuff.
Yeah, and we can get into tokenomics a little bit. We did launch with a 1 trillion supply. Our max wallets are at a 2%, so we really do have the holdings spread out amongst the folks that have bought in. So it's a 20 billion max for a wallet. Now, as we get into the fees, I mean, look, you have to really think about what the devs, I guess, goal is when they're, launching a token and they set up the fees a certain way. Just like I mentioned at the beginning, we didn't really create Rug of War for it to be something that we expect people to trade and get in and out each and every day. That's why the fees are set up the way that they are. Right now, we've got a 10% buy, but just know that the way we set this up is just to benefit the holders. So 10% buy, 3% goes to development, 3% is injected into LP, and then 4% goes to all holders in BUSD rewards. Okay, and then on the buy, again, it's a high sell. It's a high sell fee, but again, we want to promote long-term holding of the token, so we can let the way that we have this project set up play itself out and work out. And it's a thing, the people that want to hold long-term, that's good. We'll continue to build up on the community, but for the people that wanted to trade and get out, again, good for them that they made a profit. But at the end of the day, it's going to support the people that do want to stay in. But it is right now a 20% sell fee, 5% is going to development, 5% is going to LP, and then 10% of that are going back to the holders in BUSD rewards. So we didn't set it up, where you got 10% going to devs and 5% marketing, which is essentially the same thing, when you see people do that and say that. So we do have the majority of that fee going into LP, which again, we're building that floor as a new project. And then we do have 10% of that going back to the holders and BUSD rewards. And then if you want to trade, well, guess what? We're going to launch 4 degens this week. Trade away, and you got the opportunity to do that and swing trade or hold and win the lottery, etc. So,
so people have to be holding your Rug of War token to be eligible to fight in the battle. Is that right, or is that not? I'm just trying to get my head around it.
So they don't have to hold your.
They don't have to hold your native token. They can literally just ape into whichever one they think is a good bet, and either hold it in the hope that they get the lottery payout, or hold it until, like any other token, and sell it when they think they've made enough out of it.
Right. They don't have to hold a Rug of War to participate, and we do ensure, if we do have people come in that they're kind of confused on what's going on, we try to explain that to them, make sure that research is available for them to be able to do their research. But yeah, you don't even have to be holding main token if you just want to, buy into the degens and then flip that for profit, or you can hold and have a chance to win the lottery. But again, both of those degens are rewarding in Rug of War. So even if that person doesn't hold Rug of War, if they participate in the degen, then they're going to end up with Rug of War. So we're still gaining a new holder just from them participating in the degen. And then from there, then they understand what Rug of War is, and we hope to create a new long-term community member or holder from there.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, we it's one of those things we're going to see how it plays out. But we still have a lot of we have a lot of work to do, obviously, but we still have a lot of growth. Just 130 Telegram members. I mean, we obviously we're continuing to work to build that up and building our LP up. And then, I tell folks, we're having fun degenning right now with 50 people in that war room. Wait until it's 500. Wait until it's 600. It may take 6 months to get that amount of people. Maybe how it is in this space sometimes. Sometimes things start off really slow, which our chart didn't really start off that slow, but sometimes things starts off slow and then it really spreads like wildfire. So, we don't know which direction that's going to go. It may take us a year to build up our Telegram to where we want it. It may in a month, it may be popping off. So we don't know, but we do have it. We do think we have it set up to where it is going to promote continuous growth. And that's really all you can do. You have some of these other memes that they launch, and there's no substance there whatsoever. It's a play on the name, which that's fine. Those have had success as well. But then after the chart dumps, it's kind of like, well, where do we go from here? And then no one wants to buy it because they assume the project's dead. Well, here we actually have something that we think can sustain a main token that this is surrounding. You get to, again, safely degen. You understand what you're getting into. It's competitive spirit. And then you have to think, what kind of spinoffs can we do from this? Really, the options are really unlimited. I don't know where people are. They're in different parts of the world. So American sports may not be, something that's really on your radar or something that you watch. But like for us here in America, for example, this football season coming up, say there's a big NFL game, we could launch, say it's the Packers versus Bears Sunday or Monday Night Football. We can do a Packers token Friday night and then a Bears token Friday night. Let you guys buy into who you think's going to win, or you can trade the token. But if you don't sell and you hold, we'll disable trading up until when the game starts, and then we'll let the game determine who's the winning token. And then we'll take that winning token, say the Packers win, we'll take Packers token, pull it, we'll give out B&B rewards, etc. And then we'll take the Bears token, put it back onto the Rug of War chart, burn the tokens, and it's making it deflationary while we're putting a little bit of support onto the chart. And of course, that Packers and Bears token would also be rewarding in Rug of War. So and then that we're essentially doing the same thing that we're doing at that point, but we're doing a little bit of bringing sports into it and doing a little bit of gambling and So many different avenues and things that we can do with this project. But at the end of the day, everything is just geared towards one goal, and that's supporting, that main Rug of War token. So that's why we do have the fees set up the way that they are. We want you guys to hold that long term, and let's see if we can get this theory. And it really is kind of an experiment. I'm not sure if it's been done in this space really in all of crypto ever. I'm sure there's been something similar. There has had to have been, but nothing that I know of. It is a bit of an experiment, so we'll see it play out.
I've never seen anything like this, Josh. I'll be honest. I mean, obviously, I'm not the Oracle. I'm not seeing everything. There's lots of things that I don't know that I've never seen clearly. But I've never seen anything like this. And this is why it's caught my attention. I was like, hey, come and tell us about it. Come and tell us what's going on.
Yeah, and we still have some development on the table. I just mentioned we did get our team member back from vacation. He took a 2-week vacation, which good for him. That's a nice long vacay. But we got him back. We're about to start development on our website. We do have rugofwar.com purchased, so you don't even have to add token. Rugofwar.com is purchased. Right now, we joked in the chat, if you go to it right now, it's the GoDaddy, but all of the ads underneath the GoDaddy symbol are links for you to buy new rugs and carpets.
I know. I've been there and I've seen it. That was one of the first things that I looked at. I went in and I did actually. That was hilarious.
So we joke around and we say, you better get your new rug while you can, because we're about to start development on the website.
I know. I think my comment was, I just bought a rug, a carpet, and a mat.
Yeah, then we discussed the other night in our first AMA Friday night, well, maybe that's instead of merch, maybe we just need to start doing like rugs with our logo on there and sell the rugs. And then if a community member shows like the rug in their game room or living room or something, then we'll have to give them tokens. But yeah, definitely funny. So we'll start development on that soon, and then from there we're going to determine what we want our permanent branding, I guess, just for the meantime to be our long-term branding, which that would probably, look at a logo change, but we'll discuss that as a team. And then from there we can create a white paper, and then pay for Dex Tools info, which I know everybody likes to see the Dex Tools updated. We just can't do it right now until we determine what our long-term branding is and we get the site done. And then from there, we can apply to CoinGecko and CMC and all that good stuff. So you guys see, we're taking it slow. We're taking it grassroots. We're taking it organically. We think people are really buying into the idea, that we had some people hop out, but, we're still holding a 50K floor, which there's some tokens, if they get the 10, they consider it a win, So we feel good about it. We think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a really fun, rest of the year doing this, especially as we continue to build up the community and then, get our long-term branding in place and keep getting some holders going. And I think we can really, I think there's a lot of potential there on the table with what we can do.
It sounds like a lot of fun, and like I mean, I have I self-confess, Queen of Degens. I have that title for a reason. I do have a monkey brain, and I feel like I've got a good idea of what you've got going on there, and I really like it as well. Obviously, we've been talking a lot about rugs and scams and exploits and all that, and it's kind of the inspiration in a lot of ways, I think, for your projects, right? So I'm just wondering about security. Do you have any audits in place, peer reviews, or have you got anything that you're going to do? Are you KYC'd?
I am not KYC'd. I am pretty much doxed to a lot of people in the space, but a lot of people was a very drop in the bucket relative to the amount of people that are in the space. Not KYC'd, honestly. The people that want us to pay $500 or $600 to have that done, I'm just like, I'd rather just, do something better in the space with that money. But no, not KYC'd. Just in terms of an audit, we have not done an audit. I will tell you, we did essentially fork a contract on the east side that Marshmallow developed. So we did fork Venom is the project that we forked. And that's on the east side, and it's a Marshmallow contract. And we don't plan on renouncing short term right now. LP is locked for 3 months. I will throw that out there. We've got all the LPs locked, and 3 months, and then once we get closer to that, we'll discuss as a community, and I'm sure we'll lock it, longer, as long as everything's fine there. But we don't. The reason for not renouncing is because we can edit the fees, which is nice. It's a contract. If you guys go take a look at it, there's a lot of things that you can do with it. And there's not really a whole lot of negative things that you can do with it. There's no, we can't blacklist people. There's nothing like that in there. But there's things that we can do to promote holding. There's things that we can do to adjust fees if the community desires. And you keep hearing me mention the community. It's not a Josh and the team is going to determine what we do. It's if the community has feedback and they say, hey, let's do this for this week, or we do this for the next month. And, we're open to, we just want to make our holders, happy for holding the token. We want to make it fun. And we just want to support them and what they want to do, and not renouncing will allow us to, be able to do some of that at this point. But we feel like it's a safe contract. We will eventually, after we get, some of this, the website and our branding and all that good stuff down, we'll look at an audit, just because, it's good to have that for people to look at, as and we'll do that. I will say,
as you grow, as you gain more liquidity and your market cap inevitably grows, then the risks become greater, don't they? So
right, and the and it's on the list. There's just several things that we have to get to before we get to it. But yeah, I'm excited. We still have a lot of work to do, but again, we're having fun, which, like we said, is kind of the point. We want to have a good time, give people opportunities to make money, which we've done that. And I guess I want you guys to play a little bit of bad cop and say, Josh, well, you're missing this. How's this going to work? Because just like with our team, even as we were coming up with this project, we're brainstorming about, well, what could we launch? What could we do? Well, let's do this. Well, no, that's going to work because that's not going to work because of X. Like, yeah, you're right. Okay. That's kind of the good thing about having a 9-person team is you're going to catch something that you're missing. Well, no, that's not going to work because of X. Well, that's not going to work because of this. Oh yeah, you're right. We can't do that. So that's kind of essentially what I'm seeking. What are we missing? What's a hole that we need to fill? We think we've got it down. But again, that's why I'm seeking that feedback. So play a little bit of bad cop. And I do that with myself, say, Josh, well, what if you guys launch, your degen battle and then no one buys either one of them? So I've thought about that. Like, well, in a couple of days, then we can launch our next battle. It's just the show can continue to go on. There's no reason for it to not.
As you were saying that, I just thinking it through, and when your LP's still going to be there, so if nobody buys it or sells it, all you've lost is the fees for deployment of the contracts and
yeah. So you're not exposing yourself to really a whole lot of you're not exposing yourself to a ton of losses there. So you just come up with something that you think people would think was funny and would want to try to buy into and flip or hold. So, I'm open to any feedback or questions, but that's essentially the project. I hope I did a good, it's a lot that's on my page here of trying to explain in order to make it make sense and understand that. But essentially we're launching degens. They're battling against each other. The highest market cap, that LP will reward its holders, and then the losing token will go and buy back Rug of War. And those degens are rewarding in Rug of War, and we've got it set up to where it's continuously supporting that main token.
It sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like you've thought about it a lot. And so we've still got your chart up there. It's gone up a lot. I don't know. I don't think it looks really, to me, it looks really good for a 2-week-old token with everything that you're talking about, everything that you've got in place. It looks like a dip situation, but then what do I know? But you want me to play bad cop a little bit?
Sure.
I think I kind of have, picking into the security aspect a little bit. But that's the only thing that's missing at the moment. But you've answered that question really, really squarely. And yeah, I'm the same as you. I've been KYC'd in the past, and to be honest with you, it's not worth the the internet interactions I mean, that's just my experience. But I know plenty of other people have had that experience too. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like you say, you're doxxed. People can find you. With regards to the audit, well, you're tiny at the moment. So
Yeah.
I would hope, and you answered that. You said as you grow, that's something that you'll be looking at. So, I mean, I don't know. I can't think. I'm gonna ask the chat actually, guys. Is there anything that I haven't asked or that Josh hasn't answered? Put it in the chat now, and Josh can answer it. And
How
whilst
big's
we're
his
waiting,
PP? How big's his
we
PP?
got.
That's what I want to know.
No, fuck off, Willie.
Well,
We got.
I mean, it's quite average, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. It'll get the job done though.
An average PP. Okay.
It's pretty average, but
we got. I thought we got somebody typing something sensible, but like it's one of our stickers, and it's actually one of my finishing questions. So, are you going to rug? Answer that one.
well,
the password?
LP's locked for 3 months, but we will be doing some rugging this week.
That's a good answer. All right, I know. I've seen a lot of people typing it in the chat. We got JJ. JJ's quite sensible, and she might be coming in with something sensible here. Whilst we're waiting for that, we got a load of degens here that are waiting for a password. So would you like to give them a password so that they can get their Google Forms uploaded so they can get into the duck race later, or potentially win ducks, NFT, Protoverse, NFT ducks if they haven't already got them?
Well, in the spirit of that first question that I received here, let's do the password's going to be Willie.
Oh my God. Willie's going to love that.
Yeah,
right,
buddy.
Okay, so you all heard that in the chat. The password is Willie. I'll spell it for you, but you don't have to spell it correctly, just as long as we're degens, just as long as it looks, it's got some of the letters in, we'll take it. Willie, W-I-L-L-Y. Willie. That's your password. It's 11 minutes past 11 minutes past 8. I'm looking at my local time. You have until 21 minutes past the hour. So 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes to get your forms uploaded. Anything that comes up, we're going to be really strict. Anything that comes after that, no bueno. You're not getting in. So get on it. Get those. You should have all got those tasks done by now anyway. Get the evidence uploaded and your wallet addresses that you want your ducks sent to, or you got ducks held in. And very important, your Telegram, make sure when you get into the race, you give your duck the same name as what you've given us in your Telegram, because we'll be looking at that to match them up. Yeah. Josh, you've been a fantastic guest. And I mean, we're new. Jesse Degens is a new lounge, and we're trying to do something slightly different here and provide some value to the community and trying to bring in, and we've been really lucky. We've been really fortunate up to this point, and with you too. We've had some really interesting projects come and see us and present themselves to us. And you've just added to that with something very unique and different, interesting, and has the potential to do something good, I think. Is there, if you can leave the community with one thought, what would you like that to be?
No, just a one final thought. Just like you said, you are a new lounge, but just like Rug of War, I see a lot of potential with this lounge as well. I've seen lounges that have been around for a year now, and they've got 250 people in there, and it's quiet. So it seems like, Jesse, because of your energy, your personality, I can see why people want to be here. So to have 60 people on the call, I know we're not in the same locations throughout the world, but you know, it's noon on a Sunday here, and you've got 60 people in the chat and an active community. And let's see, how many people do you have in the room now? Over 500 people. So I can see why people want to be here. So just like Rug of War, a lot of potential with your lounge as well. And I'm happy to have found it. I appreciate you guys having us. I'm looking forward to seeing where Rug of War goes. We're taking it slow and organic, which we kind of like it being under the radar a bit, but we're getting the message out some. That's why we're here this morning. But we continue to like being under the radar and just, again, gaining new, community members and holders and going from there. So appreciate you guys giving us time this morning. Appreciate the people that were on the chat. And again, look forward to speaking with you again in the near future. And we're going to keep grinding away. And, on the backside of Rug of War, there is a lot of work that really goes into it. The contracts and the branding and the logos that we have to create and all the bots and Telegram rooms. And it's something that we're continuously having to do multiple times a week, which, I'm enjoying it. So as long as the community's having fun, that's what we want. Then maybe we'll make a little bit of money too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be nice. And like you said, I'm with you. I think we're heading into a bull run. I mean, I've had people that I respect, like Ivan on Tech and Elio, calling for back to all-time high before we get to the next actual cycle. The main event after the halvening next year. So I mean, what do I know? There's little degen chick was just like, but I love, like you, I love DeFi. I love the concept of blockchain technology, decentralization, and what it can bring. And we're the pioneers right here, right now. This is the gold rush. Let's not forget that. When I say this a lot, we're building the infrastructure today for tomorrow's society. And most people don't even realize it yet, but it's like the tide coming in, especially with all the big institutional money flooding in now. I mean, it's happening. And we're tiny at the moment, sitting at just over, just over a trillion, 1 trillion, 0.2 market cap for all of crypto. It's like when you compare that to the world's financial structure, it's tiny. It was so mega early. I mean, it's really cool, isn't it? But Josh, thank you for coming along today. Please, we say this to all our projects, please, because you know how busy we are. We've got a little play going on ourselves as well, but I'm not going to start talking because this is your AMA.
No, I saw that. It sounds like there's somebody you don't like or something, right?
My standard joke is something that has something really funny, two words that are really, really funny. Gary Gensler. And that joke's got hold now. That's probably a mum joke.
I might have to get a bag.
Not financial advice, but we're legit. We're not, see, we're not going in. But anyway, I don't want to get into that because this is your AMA. And you know where we are. We're friends now. Please do come and tell us. Come and tell us when you're launching your degens. Come in the chat and post up your stuff and let us know what's going on. And I'll be cheerleading because I like you and I like your project and I like what you're doing. So you are always welcome here, Josh.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate the support. And yeah, I feel like I made a new friend this morning, Jesse, and I appreciate you having us on.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to say bye-bye now. And you guys know the drill by now. I'm going to go through my list and work out which ones of you have actually done the jobs that we've asked you to do. So there's 35 in at the moment. I see a lot more signed up, though, in the pre-race. But I'm just going to start going through them. And if you're on the list, then you won't get executed. If you're not on the list, you will get executed. It's that simple.
I meant some willies while you're at it.
Shut up, Willie. I'll fucking mute you in a minute. Willie, shall I execute Willie just for lols?
Might as well. You've done it the last few times.
It's kind of traditional now, right? I didn't kill you last time. Let's have it right. I didn't kill you. I was gonna, but I didn't. And you got killed in the pre-round. That wasn't me. That's not me with the gun. I wish it was, but it wasn't. So, just saying. Right. Let's get on with this because we got a fucking busy night tonight. As some of you know, the main event is coming up. But we are here right now for the awesome Rug of War duck weight race to give away the shiny BUSD that the lovely Josh brought and gave to us so that all you degens, all us degens, could have this little degen duck race. I see 40 in the race now. We've got 45 people in the chat. Let's start going through it. I have my whitelist here and it's in the chat so you can follow it. And if I'm going to execute you and you think I shouldn't be, then you need to speak up really quickly. I'll give you a chance to plead for your duck's life. So let's see. Legendary 2. I think you're a good degen. Legendary Tuna. Yes, you're in. Let's have a bit more volume on the old fucking jungly. Jack Crazy B&B, you still haven't changed your name. I'm convinced you should be Crazy Jack B&B. Let's see if you're in. Yes, you're in. Good degen. AC Hoaxy. I got it. You're in. Finds Meow, one of our lovely homebred degens from right here in Jesse Degens. Yes, you're in. I knew you would be, because you're a good degen. We know you're a good degen. Christian BT3. Let's see. Christian BT3, you're in. Do you know what? Like, I'm going to have to step it up a bit with the challenges because, like, I'm getting a bit bored because you guys have learned to do the tasks and now I don't get to kill any of you. It's making me sad. Maybe I'll just change the rules without telling you. Willy. And you drop the retro so I don't get confused because you know I don't see retro, I just see Willy. That's fucking wrong. Mario, edit that bit when you're uploading this video to YouTube, right? Willy, it's not down there, but he is down there because I know he's done the jobs because he's already sent me the jobs. You're in. Nonny boy. Oh, yes, you're in. Murray Lover. I'm sorry if I'm like completely chopping your name. You're in. Center. Let's see. Oh, we're joined by Gorgon. Gorgon likes ducks. Gorgon brought me a fucking little bird last night. I woke up earlier and there's feathers everywhere and I'm like, oh well, at least they haven't left a dead body. And I came into my lounge and there it was. Blood and guts all hanging out of there. Yeah. Zenta, you're in. Oh, you're molting like crazy though. Go away. Cat hairs. Save. Zenta, you're in. Cargo. Have you been a good DJ? Let's see. No. Yes, you are. You are a good DJ. Big up. You're in. I'm not calling you insta-skill. You're insta-kill. You'll always be insta-kill to me. Change your name to insta-kill. Financial advice. Queen of Degen's financial advice. Change your name to insta-kill. No. Yes, you're in. Woo! Oh, sorry, we've got to have a bit more on this tune because this is fucking banging tune. Cat FW. No. Oh, Cat. Thank you for offering yourself up as a sacrifice. You are not on the list. And I haven't heard from you. But if you're in the chat, I'll give you a chance. Speak now and plead for your duck's life before I execute it. 3, 2, 1. Executed. I have asked Carmelo to, like, I want, like, a slash going through people's names when we cross them off and, like, blood squirting out of it. That would look really fucking cool. It'd be funny for me anyway. Okay, darling, Kat, you need to come back later. 7 p.m. Be here. Do the tasks. Listen, and we've got an even bigger prize pool. $200 worth of tokens we're giving away in the 7 p.m. show, which is no secret. Our little show is Jessie D. Queen of Degens interviewing Queen of Degens. Should be funny, right? Big up all the massive. Ben Jasper, you're in. Big up. Melik. I just leave it at Melik, and then I won't, like, completely fucking mess up your name. Melik. You're in. Swism. You can't say that. You're in. PTX, you're in. Jane Lillian. You're in. Willie, another one of our homegrown Jessie Degens. You better have done the job. Release is in. Adrian. You're in. Destiny, you're in. Hello. Alok, you're in. Badger. Almost got me there, avid Badger, because like dyslexia there, so I'm just looking for buff, but Badger is like need an ass that comes before the buff. You're in! Crypto! You're in! Raver! You're in! Hannah B! You're in! Asex Holder! You're in! Comsy One!
What did you say?
Tarantula.
Don't play with the son of my senior. Black
Tarantula.
You will be injecting
Bacteria. Come see you're in. Liberate. Liberate, you're in. Well, the legendary biggest degen. Still never forget. I hope you've done the fucking job. Seriously, Paul. I really want you to win. After all that fucking... Yes! Bull's in! King Strummer! King Strummer, you're in! Rivalry Slama! Oi, oi! You're in, Luna! Elon! Where's my Tesla? If I don't get my Tesla by the next race, I'm fucking killing you. Just saying. You're in. Divine. Divine is in. Montez. You're in, Montez. Big up. Mark 12G. Yes, you're in. Papyrus Cat. You're in. Armani. Who doesn't love a bit of Armani? You're in. Genius P17. You're in. Agbarita. You're in. Grab. You're in. Random chosen name. We love you. You're in. Mama Mama back in. Come on. Balbatarade. Hang on. You're in. Locker. Locker, you're in. Amachi. Amachi, you're in. Couldn't find something. Couldn't find good name. You're in. Crypto Logan. Crypto Logan. You're in. Raisin. All the way up. All the way up. Raisin, you're in. James Carey. You're in. Station 3. You're in. T-Bag. You're in. Oh, it's a difficult one. Aaron, let's go. Let's see. In love with you, boy. Aaron, where are you? Oh. Aaron, you're a bad DJ. You're not on the list. You're not getting in. You've got 3 seconds to plead for your life. 3. Hey, Aaron, what happened? Where's the screenshot evidence?
I think I sent it a bit later. That's why.
What do you mean you attended a bit later?
No. I sent the form later.
How much later?
I have no idea how much later. I pressed the button, but it must be my connection or something. I have no idea.
All right, I'll give you a chance. Upload screenshots of the tasks to the chat now. If you do that right now, this second, I'll let you live. Fair?
I think it's fair enough.
Come on, we're waiting. If you've done the task, you should be able to upload those screenshots, because they're going to be there at the top, aren't they? You're not telling me.
I'm sending them now.
You're sending them. All right, send them. I'll carry on. You send them.
Yep.
Leo F to Leo. You're in. Bye. Philip 143. You're in. Have you uploaded them, Aaron?
Yes.
Okay. Nadia, lovely.
Yes.
Are they there? Can we see them? Because I can't see the chat because I'm using my device for the to look at the whitelist.
I think it's her connection.
Let me see. Oh, wait. I can look at the chat in here. Hold on. No, I can look at the chat. I can look on my PC. Okay.
Yes, Camelo here. Irene used to be with us. She was one of our hostees before. And I'm not going to get mixed in your rules, but if she said she has some crunch with her internet, it can be trusted, what she says.
Listen to this! She's just come in and saved you! Okay, I see it now. All right, Aaron. Big up, lovely. You are saved. You're not killed. See, the system's working.
Thank you, Jesse.
Let's carry on. Suck my butt. That's a good one. I want to let you live just for having a funny name. But I'm not going to, because that wouldn't be fair. If you haven't done the jobs, it's got to be the same rules for everyone. Suck my butt. You got 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. You, sir, have an amazing name, but you're a naughty DJ and you haven't done the jobs. Therefore, you are executed. But the good news is that you can come back at 7 p.m. and potentially win much more shiny tokens. So who else have we got that's tried to sneak in? Fairy! Fairy, you're in! Able to start! You're in! E7, G47, G47. Oh no. You're in. KK meow. You're in. Crypto Gabriel. You're in. I think we're getting. No, we haven't. No, we're back again now. I think that's it. No one else has snuck in. Right. We're going to start the race. Nadia, my lovely, are you ready to do the commentary for us?
I am, Jess. It's time.
Okay. Let's do. Let's. I know the tagline.
Oh.
I know, but as Queen of Degens, I can't pronounce. Let's fucking go! Sorry. I just can't do it. I'm sorry, I tried. You saw me try really hard. Come on then, come on. Work. Here we go. Nadia, over to your shot.
And the pre-round is on. Let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy watching some ducks being excluded.
Watching some ducks get blasted.
And the first one is out. Second one. Third one. Fourth. Noni Boy is racing. James is racing.
Oh, Boo got shot!
Yeah, a lot of defense. Comes is in. Let's see. W something. He's racing. Here comes some friendly friends. Local. Ben Jasper's out. Couldn't find his racing. Wow, they're going so fast. Cargo. Insta-scale. Sorry. Malek. Crypto Logan is racing.
I think in the slaughterhouse, right?
Wow, Irene with her FIFA duck. Haven't seen one in a while. Armani is out. Zdenta. He's out as well. Willie's racing. Willie's sorry. Finds Meow is in. Finds Meow. Sounds cute. They've run. Mama is now racing.
Oh no, Badger got killed.
And that was the last two of them.
All right, it's been a lot of casualties today.
Sadly,
There's been a lot of ducks killed today already. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the lucky ducks.
Lucky ones. A mixture of Soulless, a Heroes, FIFA, and Friendly Friends. Wow, look at those Soulless! And the main race is ducks are off. Let's see who is taking the lead today. Here comes Irene or Willie. Yes, it's Willie.
Oh, right, look at that banner from our lovely sponsors, Rug of War. Big up Rug of War. Fucking awesome project, just saying.
MK is kept up and it's hard to tell right now, but we'll see. They're lined up. Who is crossing the line? Look at them. It's Nani. It's Nani that will
I know who the winner is.
Taking the first place. Lunar, I think, is the second. And King, let's confirm it now. That was a tough race, but really
Big up,
a good.
Nonny Boy, James
Not
Carey, Comsey. Woo!
Congratulations, everyone.